All right, Jonathan, thank you so much
My
for
pleasure.
talking with me. This is going to be an exciting month that we've got coming up. We're shooting this just around the start of the holiday season, and you've already got your holiday drag on. Tell me about that hat. It's fabulous.
This hat actually has a lot of history. So when I used to work on cruise ships, and like they always encouraged us during the holiday season, like, just have fun, put a hat on. So this hat has actually traveled the world with me. Because I just had to add a little extra sparkle, and the kids would love it. I worked with kids. I was the youth activities manager on board, and they'd be like, "Oh, your hat's so pretty. It's so sparkly." And the moms would chuckle, the dads would chuckle. So it was just always light fun. So I know it's kind of a reminder myself, like, don't ever take myself too seriously and don't be afraid to be myself, which is very profound, but
It is profound. There are too many people in this world that have not made that realization yet. And I love things like that because it checks us. It's
yeah.
a check for ourselves to say, hey, take it easy. I too brought some fun wardrobe. Um, a new
Oh,
sparkly bow tie.
I might have to steal that for the concert, to be honest. That's
I, I,
gorgeous.
I bought it for the chic and unique gala.
Perfect.
And I'm like, well, this is not a one-time use tie. This will be great at Christmas, right? And
Absolutely.
and then um, my bestie Faye Watt got
Uh-huh.
me my holly Christmas socks. She just
Oh,
gave these
that's
to me
gorgeous.
for the holidays, so I'm really excited about getting into these as well. So yeah, it's the holidays are here.
It kind of like happened out of nowhere too. Like, and for me, because of the ball, like when the ball happens, it's like around the Halloween time. So my Halloween brain doesn't necessarily turn on as much because I'm so focused on the ball. And
Yeah.
so then all of a sudden it's like, oh, by the way, now we're a month away from the concert. I'm like, okay, so the holidays are here.
And speaking of the holiday concerts, over your shoulder, over your left shoulder, Todrick Hall is looking very longingly at you. How did you book him?
It's just I'm booked and blessed, no. Actually, like Todrick, it was just kind of amazing how it all happened.
Yeah.
Like the importance of like just creating connections. It's Gabe. It's all Gabe, to be honest with you, that how we got Todrick. He just reached out to him via DMs after Gabe saw Todrick perform at a concert. Because they're both from Texas, they shared a lot of similar parallels, and so Gabe decided, let me just reach out to Todrick and see if he'd be interested. And through a very easy process, we got him. And it's so exciting. Like for me, I feel this is like the biggest celebrity we've gotten for one of our holiday concerts. And so I'm just so stoked. And
Wow.
I've been hearing nothing but great things from Gabe about like how easy he is to work with, how positive he is, how giving he is. Like they're bouncing off ideas, and there's a lot of surprises coming. There's going to be a lot of va-va-voom, happy holiday merriment, and at the same time, like we're gonna be able to hear his gorgeous voice. So like I'm so stoked. I'm pumped. It's gonna be great.
And he's going to be at the Hard Rock with all
Yes.
of you on the. I just want to check my notes to make sure I get it right. On the
December.
13th, 17th, December 17th at Hard Rock. December
Yes.
13th, you're going to play a very intimate show
Yes.
at one of my favorite venues for small, like real intense gatherings and very intimate. And that's at Sunshine Cathedral.
Yes. I'm honestly like I actually sometimes push my family more towards the cathedral than the Hard Rock, only because there's just that it's just so beautiful in there, especially like what the sunshine does with the decor and the lighting, but the sound, it's a really resonant space. And so stuff that more of our chamber work as a chorus just soars in that room in a very different way that hard rock does. So and I know my family, like my family loves like they're very traditional, like want the midnight mass experience, and I know that's like in touch with that. So if that's what you're looking for, like Sunshine is really that show. Hard Rock is like Radio City.
Yeah.
That's the spectacle. That's the where we pull out all the stops and the glitz and the glamour, and still gonna sound amazing. Still gonna be a amazing show. Um, it's a boom. It's an excitement, and so very different concerts, but equally like fitting for the holiday season. I think it caters to which it what about what you want. What do you want your holiday experience to be?
And you say two very different shows, so let's just say it right there. If people want to come to the one on the 13th, they're going to see something completely different on the 17th. Be a fan. Be a fan. Follow them like they're the Grateful Dead. The Greatest
Right.
Chorus is awesome.
Right. I mean, it also speaks to the versatility of the chorus that we can do a more serious, that traditional concert, if you will, for the holidays, but then we can also just, let our hair down, if you will. I mean, I always have my hair down, but let our hair
Don't rub
down.
it in, okay, Jonathan. Don't. I don't need you to rub it in.
I did think about that for a moment, like, oh, he might be. It's okay. I can give you some. I have more than enough to like lend you some of my hair. It's not a problem. I do it all the time. Yeah, so it speaks to how amazing this chorus has grown in the past few years. Um, Gabe's ability to choose programming that it touches so many different demographics and so many different types of people. Either way, you're gonna walk out just feeling a little lighter, a little brighter before the holidays start, and just go back and go into the community and just spread that cheer and that love because that's at the end of the day what we're always aiming to do.
You know, maybe it's just because I've only been, I was at Channel 7 for 15 years, but I started doing really hyper local coverage as a reporter starting around 2021. So, which is dovetails with about the time Gabe arrived. I don't know the before very much, but it seems, and I don't want to say you weren't invigorated before, but it seems like he's brought a reinvigoration, a different vibe, and a different type of life to the course.
He definitely has. I mean, prior to like Harold was an incredible director, and he's still a amazing musician. He has his own style and his own way of working. I think 2021 was such a pivot point, not only because of Gabe coming in, but we were coming out of the pandemic, and the state of Florida, especially South Florida, changed pretty dramatically in the sense that we had all of these people coming from all over the country into Florida. And I think it was like that perfect combination of all of a sudden the chorus got an injection of so many new members from all over the country who are seeking community and seeking to have that choral experience because maybe they're coming from Chicago or New York or LA or wherever they were coming from. And they brought it to us and they brought their talent and they brought their energy. And then Gabe, he's an up and coming artist. He wants to put his stamp into the gala chorus world, and it was just that perfect storm of everything going right. That new energy from both the membership and Gabe, and we've been skyrocket. It's an incredible thing to see. It really humbles me as being a member now for over 5 years, where we started and where we are now is just so incredible. And the music quality, I mean, Gabe challenges us every single week. He's not easy. He is a tough cookie. um, and but it's good for us because it forces us to really pay attention to what we're doing, to commit ourselves to the work. My goal when I'm as president is I try to focus on the mission of the organization. We change hearts to open minds, and we sing so that people can change their hearts and open their minds. And it's so resonant and so powerful now more than ever. And it's about spreading positivity. And I think the membership are getting that and they're really into that. And the music that we get to do is just so gorgeous. I mean, there's stuff in this concert that makes me melt. Like I remember Gabe sent me like some of the music before the first rehearsal, and I was like in tears for some of this stuff because it's just, there's songs about peace, there are songs about joy. There's I'm a big fan of a little bit of spooky Christmas, and there's a little bit of like that haunting side, which very resonates with me as a theater major kind of kid.
Well,
It kind of
remember Marley is dead. Like
Barley's
that's
dead.
hands go down.
He's dead as a doornail.
Is that the kind of
So
spooky you're
yeah, yeah,
going
100.
to?
It's got that little vibe to it that's like, ooh, like you're gonna hear a little bit of everything, and I just can't wait. I'm just so there's laughs there, all of that. So I know I've gone on several many different tangents there, but I'm just so excited for this concert. I can't wait for people to hear it. Um, and also for our chorus to do it. It's it's very good for the chorus when we go into these concerts because a lot of these folks, this is their first one, so it's their aha moment and get to do it on the Hard Rock stage with Todrick Hall, for the holidays. An incredible concert. It's just like it just amps up the ante every single time. And kind of going back to the original question, that's what Gabe does. He ups the ante every single time. He's always pushing for more, always raising the bar, um, which may sound like old cliches, but it's really what he does. And I think that's what the community is starting to see from us. I mean, not just our concerts and our events. I mean, the Chic and Unique Ball was a big jump from what we used to do for fundraising. And we're reaping the reward of it at the same time. And people are getting to enjoy it and be more cognizant. And, our ultimate goal as the core as Game and Tour South Florida is to spread it throughout all of South Florida. So, we're targeting Miami, we're targeting West Palm, we're going, for the West, where we want to connect and unite all of the counties, and be able to be that representative for everybody. So, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, it's only been the second year. I love Chic and Unique. It's like one of those like, I appreciate all the invites that I get, but I eat a lot of rubber chicken dinners over the course of a year.
Sure,
But
sure.
I would never consider ducking out of Chic and Unique because it is always the best dressed, most creative, fun. People running full lit dresses like lights, like LED
Yeah,
lights
yeah,
in their shirts and their hat. I mean, it's
yeah.
just so much fun. So, I got to save this clip and use it next year. Just right when we're getting ready to talk about that.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, that was also the whole point. Like when we started talking about it, that we kind of wanted to create like that. It's kind of feels like going to the Met. It's kind of that opportunity to just get glammed up and dolled out, and especially in the gay community, like we want to do that. That's kind of our forte.
I mean, it's stereotypes for a reason sometimes.
Exactly.
All right, Jonathan, let's play a little bit of speed round.
Okay.
All right. Your favorite Christmas song, traditional, like Silent Night, Deck the Halls, those types of songs. What's your favorite?
Oh, come all you faithful.
Okay. Favorite Christmas season or holiday season pop song? It could be like Mariah Carey or Bing Crosby, like that spans the whole
Oh,
time.
Winter Wonderland.
Oh, any particular rendition?
Oh, I like the super traditional, like
Okay.
the style, like the jazzy, like 50s, 60s kind of style, oh, 40s, 50s kind of style.
Almost like a jazz lounge band.
Right, like actually really like a Bing Crosby kind of style because mostly because my mom is such like that's her Bing Crosby's like the love of her life, and like I have very fond memories of watching like White Christmas with her, and so it's just that just it does one of those things that scratches my brain very satisfying.
Hey, I love that. Okay, favorite Christmas movie?
Oh, it's so there's so many.
No.
I love them all. Okay, the first one that came to my mind, A Muppet Christmas Carol.
Wow.
I am,
That's a deep cut.
yeah.
That's a
I
deep cut.
I had it on VHS. I also love A Christmas like the story of A Christmas Carol. Like I've read that book many, many times. I've been in A Christmas Carol. I just love it. And then the Muppets, I mean, it's the Muppets. And it's a perfect musical and it's emotional. Like I was watching it like not the other day, like last year, and I remember like tearing up and I'm like, I'm tearing up over the Muppets. Like I am so ridiculous as a human being. Like what is but it really does touch the soul. It's a good one.
It is. It's one I haven't thought about in forever, but
Yeah.
yes, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
So, how much of a traditionalist are you? And I can find out in one question.
Okay.
Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
You know, I've heard the arguments for both. I personally don't, it's not in my repertoire of
Okay,
movies
okay.
for what I watch during the holidays. I respect it. I give it space, if you will, to those who see it. It's just, it's not going to be on my playlist.
Okay. I mean, what you mean we can't have exploding buildings and cocaine snorting executives be part of our holiday tradition?
I mean, I'm sure someone somewhere out there is like, that's their deal. And I mean, Have at it. Just please do it safely. And
And for heaven's sakes, avoid Nakatomi Plaza.
now, please avoid Nakatomi Plaza. And very tall buildings.
And very tall buildings at that, yes. All right, so we've got Sunshine Cathedral on the 13th of December, which will be, like we said, very spiritual, very more traditional,
Yep.
right? And then we've got 4 days later at the Hard Rock, December 17th, Todrick Hall, who is still staring creepily at you over your left shoulder. He will be at the Hard Rock, and that's going to be a completely different off the hook show.
Yes.
Oh, I can't wait. Luckily, I will be back in town from my early holiday travels by then. So I'm sure I will see you twice in 4 days, which will be great.
You're in for a treat.
Can't wait. Jonathan, thank you so much for taking time with me today.
I really appreciate this. I can't wait. And happy holidays.
Happy holidays.